go to we in volume 1 and 2, but we're going to go to the chapter with the true meaning of alcoholism on page 65.
Volume which number?
The first volume 1 and 2. Yeah, you know it's 4 volumes, and this is the volumes, Noble. Like I said, the makeup why a lot of my ancient books that I have that keep a lot of Moors into the know, and a lot of them don't study the true meaning of God and man is one, because a lot of people just not connected. And this is volume 1 and 2, and we're going to illuminate a little bit this today. But this is all Moorish science, and the true meaning of Moorish science is connecting man and God. Everything else is history and law. But the first thing is understanding that man was made in the image of Elohim. And once we start understanding this, we know. I have all the charts. I break this stuff down. I've been teaching this and lecturing this forever. This is universal wisdom. Everybody must know the makeup of man. And everything that was built with the temple with physical hands it testifies to the body, the tabernacle that's made without hands. So volume 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are keys to our learning. So
you said volume 2, right?
Yep.
And what other?
Yep, you at the true meaning of alcoholism. We're gonna start at that part. And like I said, you know, this is a part of our teachings, because as we start going, and as you get in, you got your new books, you got 7 books. I'm gonna start soon as after our meet and greet, we're gonna start going over those books as I do every year. I go over them each year to make sure the science part is there to understand the basics, which in academia we call the prerequisites. You gotta deal with the prerequisites before you go on. If not, you lost. Islam?
Yeah, Islam. Wow. Islam.
So I'll wait for Noble to get on there. Oh, I need to take my spotlight off my phone, Noble. There we go.
It's good. When I share it, it'll pop up.
You say what, Noble?
I said when I share it, it'll pop up.
Okay. And all 4 volumes today, like I said, when people join for our teachings, I give gifts. And like these volumes, you can't get nowhere. These are not for sale anywhere. And then just having this, if you don't know how to activate the science, it's nothing. And so today, if nobles want the science, because this science is invaluable, it's 4 volumes. Anybody that want to donate for the volume, if they don't want them, I'm fine. A $50 donation, if you don't want them, don't make me no difference. All my tribal brothers are going to have them, and as you see them and touch them and see it with yourself, you're going to realize and understand that this is invaluable information. And that you start going over things that you see with the eye, you're going to know. And all this stuff is from your own people. It's from one of my elders, Dr. Henrik Clifford Kinley. And if Noble Durali and Dr. Kinley was together, them brothers would be sitting down just like on Tony Brown's journals when you had all them brothers, Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Anna Diop, Chancellor Wilson, Dr. Ben, debunking Eurocentric propaganda, not going against each other. When I tell nobles to pull up Tony Brown's journals and see what them brothers was doing, they were debunking Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. Have y'all ever watched Tony Brown's journals?
Yeah, you mentioned them before.
I mentioned them. Thank you, Lamar. I mentioned stuff a lot of time for people to see what our brothers and sisters and scholars and educators was talking about, to get a pictorial of what I'm saying. Not no Negrocentric or no Eurocentric propaganda. With true peer-reviewed scholarly research that not only you can take, your child can take, and nobody can go against, because it's peer-reviewed scholarly research. Islam? And so when we're talking about the body and metaphysics and understanding, we must understand the and the esoteric of meanings. If not, we're not going to understand our body as a temple. All that talking means nothing. Just like after we was working out this morning, Noble Dantes, I talk about a lot of foodborne diseases that a lot of men have, and it comes from the way we eat, the way we drink, and why we don't work out, why a lot of men have big stomachs and erectile dysfunction. That's all bad eating. That's not hereditary. That's bad eating. That's soul food. It's slave food. No disrespect. It's slave food. None of that food was for you to consume. Everything that's on the shelf life, we talk all that stuff. Genetically modified organisms is not to be consumed. Hell, tofu, fake vegan meat, that's genetically modified organism too. So it ain't no good. None of that stuff was used to be consumed as food. We are under a kosher diet. See, people can get caught up in like, what's vegan? If you say you don't like meat, but you got some vegan meat, but you don't like meat.
Right.
I don't get it. So the meat you eat is what?
To be healthier.
It ain't no healthier. That's trash. It's a whole bunch of GMO. I'd rather have some real meat, farm raised, that I know that I've seen it being raised and what it's eating than eat me some damn vegan bacon. Any day.
Makes sense.
Any day. We under a kosher diet. Where this vegan stuff, all this modern stuff, I told y'all, man, we are under a kosher diet, which they say modern culture. That's how we live for hundreds and hundreds of years. Our dietary laws. We have dietary laws. So, the true meaning of alcoholism. Noble Lamar, I don't think you got it up on the big screen yet.
No, it's me. I'm trying to find. You said.
I mean Malik. I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's volume 3, Noble.
Yeah, volume 3. But I got it right in front of me too. You know, I got my volumes. They all falling apart. My stuff is super old, so I got them right here in front of me as well. And I can go ahead and start as you taking your time. But the true meaning of alcoholism. And I want people to stay in the context because a lot of people take things in the wrong context. We deal with metaphysically and basics. That's when I talk about the SO and the XO. That's why a book is not going to get you there. The guide, the map is going to get you there. If you want to learn martial arts or you think you're just going to learn a book and teach yourself, yeah, right. You can try it. Some may have. Or wouldn't you want to learn how to manual and be a part of a group and learn by experience? That's what we got out of, doing things in groups and brotherhood. That's what we lost. That's why we scattered mentally. My empress was just talking about it. She was like, it just baffled me how brothers don't know how to come together, and it's so simple to do it on the internet. And y'all all over the world, we can come together. Universities have online schools. People be on the internet all day looking at booty, all other stuff all day long. And you telling me we can't come together and do this? That don't even make sense. Collectively, yes, we can.
You got it put up? 65. 65, right.
So the true meaning of alcoholism, Morris. So let me say that the outset that I do not consider myself an authority on the problem of alcoholism. But knowing that those who do consider themselves such authorities frankly admit that they do not fully understand the problem. And I thought that I might add my little contribution to the voluminous amount of material which has been written on the subject, despite the fact that no definite solution or understanding of the problem has been brought forth. And there must be an answer to why this condition exists and why it continues to increase and to plague mankind, not just a type of brother, mankind, human, whatever. In other words, the Almighty Yahweh. Because if we can agree to understand that it never was a J in the Hebrew dialect. So if it never was a J in the Hebrew dialect, what are we talking about? But the Almighty Yahweh is not ignorant of why the condition exists and what it means and how it can be successfully handled. But we as mortal men having not the mind of Yahweh. When I say the closest place to find God is in the heart. If you really standing on principles and you say you are more, you can be anything. Obesity, alcoholism, not being consistent, you can be anything. And Yahweh cannot fathom the deep, dark secrets of the problem because we are not attuned to him. When everybody wear their fez and all that, and they have character flaws, you're not in tune to the God within. The fez, all that stuff means nothing. That's what I tell people. A fez is not a hat. Anybody that's a man walking around with a fez on and that's looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick, you need to take that fez off because it ain't shit wrong with you. Point blank. Ain't no reason that faith means something. That means you a master of at least yourself. So you walking around obese, fat cankles, raccoon eyes. You ain't no master of yourself. Who you playing? You can't tarry with us. You can't tarry from here to here. You're gonna die. You need some Kool-Aid. You need some sugar.
Need some Kool-Aid.
Real shit. Excuse my candor. They need some sugar, man. Some cornstarch. They sugar off. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And even then, and I'm a believer of true understanding and true essence of biblical scriptures, just like Paul wrote in Romans 1:19-20, that one uses the visible things to understand the invisible things. Let me give you, I just broke one down real easy. A man that's standing in front of Lamarck. Here it is, Lamarck, 45 years young. He don't mind me saying that because I'm 45, getting ready to be 46. This man, hair growing, everything, looking beautiful. I can say that about my brothers, hell, because I look beautiful too. And I stand there right, we all sharpen eyes. And then another person say, oh, I'll do this too. Man, please. The visible things we use to understand the invisible. Islam? You can't stand next to her just because you all dressed up. That don't mean nothing. And when it's time to get down and dirty, oh man, well, I got the gold. We know. You just dressed up. Take that dog off the chain, all that barking. So it immediately brings to mind the fact that alcoholism is a visible condition that has been given to us to understand a more nauseous or harmful invisible condition. Think about this. So if truly the loss of the soul is much more important than the loss of the physical body, manifests the inevitable and more damaging effects of the hidden condition of the invisible counterpart of man, which is what? His soul. That's why everybody that drink that bottle that's on that oil, they all toe up in the inside. Yeah. I'm telling you what I know. I'm a real I do this shit in real life. That's why I say, man, I don't care what no more saying. I do this stuff in real life with children, with adults, all over. I go to prisons. I've been doing this for years. The physical suffering notwithstanding, that's how I can be around anybody that's abuser. If you abuser of a food, if you abuser of alcohol, if you abuser over protein shakes, I'ma know. For it is much more to suffer temporary than in the flesh, than to suffer eternally in the spirit. Morris think they hear their stomach growling like they hungry. I don't know who told you that. You think because your stomach growling that mean you hungry? Where you got that from? Can't even tell me. You can't even tell me. Go drink some water. I'm keeping it 100. Most of y'all dehydrated. All you got to do is test your urine all through the day. And I guarantee you, most of the day, you dehydrated. Anybody want to play the game? Nobody don't do it. When they do it, they be like, Sheik, you right. No shit. Especially if you're drinking power drinks all day, you work in the factory, you drinking all that stuff, you ain't purifying yourself. And then before you go to bed, I bet you ain't cleaning yourself out, drink a lot of water to piss all that bull crap you ate before you lay down in the bed. I bet you don't. So you go to bed, you wake up with that shit on your stomach the next day, guarantee you. That's why when people drink alcohol, if you're smart, you drink more water than alcohol when you drink it. You have 1 or 2 drinks, a whole bunch of water for the rest of the night. Why? To piss that shit out. That's why. If not, you abuse it. If you out doing that simultaneously, I ain't saying when you're enjoying yourself, stay in context. So then if alcoholism is a visible condition acting on a visible body, what is the invisible condition which acts on the invisible body, which is the soul, that's what it's portraying. So seeing that alcoholism is a harmful and damaging condition, that's why our prophet told us to stay what? Pure with what? With what? Okay. There can be but one answer to the question. A person filled with the physical spirits of alcohol is portraying the invisible being, or the soul filled with the incarnated, we call a satanic spirit. And in other words, Moors and true light seekers, physical intoxication is given to us to understand spiritual intoxication. Stay in context. And if this is true, there must be a great similarity between the two conditions. Watch this when we compare and contrast. Let us see if that is so. So let's deal with dictionaries and let's deal with illustrations when I deal in the medical ramifications, not with no modern dictionary, because whatever science, it has its own books and its whole terms. In criminal law and say civil law, two terms can mean different things. An American Illustrated Medical Dictionary by W.A. Dorland, the 21st edition, defines the word alcohol as follows. Alcohol, Arabic, alcohol, A-L-K-O-H-L, something subtile. Okay, think about that. Ethyl hydroxide, C2H5OH. We know what that is. A colorless, volatile liquid of aromatic odor distilled from various products of venomous fermentation. The above definition is restricted to the drinking type of alcohol. Islam? Okay, stay in context. We teaching. We teaching today. Firstly, let us pursue our analysis and comparison of alcohol to the satanic spirit by investigating the physical properties of alcohol to see how they compare with the satanic spirit within. Seeing that the word alcohol is an Arabic word meaning something subtle, we are at once reminded of the verse in Genesis, which reads thusly, and I quote, eloquently with a silver tongue. Now the serpent, aka we call Satan, which is your Lord self, ain't nothing outside yourself, was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Elohim had made. This is Genesis 3:1. And even in that Christian Bible, the Apostle Paul also wrote, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahshua, the Messiah. 2 Corinthians 11:3. We said in your mind. So in your mind. So it's nothing outside yourself, but in your mental. Islam?
Islam.
Okay. Like my boy, what's his name? T.K. Kirkland say, who raised you? For real, man, who raised you? With that goofy stuff? Nobody. I'll give you another prime analogy. Noble Dantes, what did a lot of our family tell us what kumbaya meant when you came up?
In my personal family, we didn't speak too much about it, but I've heard you speak about it a lot.
Have anybody ever heard, like if a lot of people haven't heard personally, like schools, they'll say kumbaya, meaning and the kumbaya mean come by here.
Come by here.
Yep. They'll write that in books, and that's false.
They got a song that they come by here, my Lord.
I know.
Come by here, my Lord. Mm-hmm.
And you would take that to the courts, and the judge would be the judge is going to agree with me. The judge is going to say, okay, prove your case. And I'm going to prove my case with facts and peer-reviewed scholarly research and rest my case, and ain't going to be no rebuttal. The judge is going to be there like, okay, y'all. I'm going to break it down with the lexicon. I'm going to break down with the kum, the ba, and the ya mean, and break it down. And then what you going to do? You're going to be like, well, I just got this from Big Mama.
We get everything.
See? Tradition. And tradition ain't law. And that's what I'll be trying to tell us. I said, dude, we pass down stuff for no man. Talk about somebody high and lying. No, we doing that to ourselves. My people are lost due to the lack of knowledge. Why? Because we refuse to learn. That's a self-inflicted wound. That's something that the choice that you made. No one will argue that alcohol is not subtle, because with a very pleasing appearance and taste to some people, and in association with the unusual merriment that accompanies with drinking, it gets into the system, and later it displays its other side, which is not pleasant, which are all we know that turn that cup up. A lot of people act like it's good, but why would a lot of times we drink alcohol, or those that drink too much, they drink and they make an ugly face? So you telling me it can't taste good? Ain't no way in hell you get something and every time you taste it, you make some noise like that.
Like a bird going down.
Huh? And you talk about, and you got that like, to me, the psyche of that. I'm finna drink something that's nasty as hell. That shit don't make sense. Tell me how it makes sense. Because I'm an advocate of marijuana. I grow. And so I can break the whole science down. I'm not an abuser, but it tastes good. That it's for healing reason. You can't tell me this alcohol tastes good. You drunk as hell. How many cars you done tow up? What you say, Maso?
They feeding the serpent. They tongue.
Yeah.
Like an IDMR book. It talks about your
Come on, Maso. Thank you. That's that Dr. Jekyll. That's that Mr. Hyde type of subtlety is spoken of in the book by Solomon in his proverb. Look unto thou upon thy wine when it is red, when it's given his color in the cup, when it's moving itself aright. At the last, it bite like a serpent and sting like an adder. That's Proverbs 23, 31, and 32. We talk about that cup that these goofy Negroes get addicted on. That's that alcohol. I don't know what they talk about. Oh, the serpent there. What, you? The reason that the serpent beguiled Eve in the garden is because he actually appeared unto her as the beautiful angel. That's an analogy that he was. When he was created by Yahweh Elohim. Look in Ezekiel 28th chapter, where king of Tyrus is used as a figure of Satan. Therefore, by his beauty and his wisdom, he actually overwhelmed her. And we are all conscious of the results of this analogy. Eve listening to him. Just like when people were drunk, they'd be like, oh, I'm okay. No, you ain't. You drunk. I'm good. Oh, look, it's good. The bottle be pretty. Look, let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you something. See how people be sending me gifts and things, and like one of my homeboys, like, you got this, bottles be pretty, you can hit the bottle, look, ding, 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 like that shit means something, ding, ding, that shit don't mean nothing.
It's creative.
Yeah.
It's a creative model.
Come on, man. Motherfucker, alcohol, they talk about this special, that ain't nothing. I know Mexican make the best alcohol. I'm in Arizona, I got Mexicans from Mexico. I got all my fruit. They make the best. You want some real tequila? Come out here with me. You want some real Chinese wine? Come out here with me. What you talking about, man? Ain't nothing in the store great. Please.
Nope. Not at all.
Mix me with that goofy stuff. But I take gifts. Like I said, I'm a grown man. I take the gift. Thank you. Bottle pretty. That motherfucker full. Excuse my candor. And people come around, you want a shot? Yeah, it's pretty. Here you go. Don't mean nothing to me. This shit cost a couple $100. I wouldn't have bought it. Just keeping it real. So, alcohol is a volatile liquid capable of evaporating or changing to a vapor, hence having the power to disappear into another form. A liquid is intermediary between a gas and a solid, just like when I talk about the Trinity, when I talk about water, ice, and vapor. They all the same thing. You can't have one without the other, right? So that's a unity. Think about it. And all matter exists either a gas, a liquid, or a solid. I just broke that down. Angels, likewise, are intermediary between Yahweh and man, just like in our one-on-ones, a prophet and angel is clothed in the flesh. For man was made a little lower than the angels. That's in your Christian Bible, Psalms 8, 4, and 5. Angels also have the power of disappearing or appearing. That is, they are volatile. An angel appeared unto Zacharias, high priest, as he ministered into the holy place of the temple, to tell him that his wife Elizabeth would bear him a son, who would be known as John the Baptist, Luke 1, 5, and 22. And there are many other accounts in the biblical scriptures of angels appearing to men or disappearing from men. The same way the discernment comes to us, not nothing magical. Alcohol, in the sense that is volatile, is called a serpent in this context. And angels are also spirits that's ministering. Hence, alcohol as a volatile liquid and a spirit compares favorably with the invisible angels being intermediate in the physical state. And angels are intermediate in their spiritual state and having the property to what? Evaporate or fly away, as angels also have this power. Stay in context. This is a beautiful story and an analogy. Alcohol is compared to the elements of what? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. That's a trinity or a unity of elemental substances. Just like the analogy or the pictorial of Satan that we use. Likewise, in his efforts to, how can I say, imitate the unity of the Spirit of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's in 1 John 5 and 7. That's in the Christian Bible. And it has variously presented himself in a triad, a tree, that form. Some instance of such presentation are following. Cain, his wife, his son, Enoch. That's Genesis 4:16 and 17. Pharaoh, Janus, Jambres, Exodus 7:11, 2 Timothy 3 and 8. Judas Iscariot, Roman governor, Pilate, chief priests and elders, Matthew 27 and 2 and 3. Dragon, beast, false prophets, the three unclean spirits in Revelation 16 and 13. And then Roman, Catholics, Protestants, Jews, the so-called modern day Christendom. So one can see the eternal makeup of alcohol agrees with the satanic trinity, which tries to imitate the holy 3 in 1. It's in Isaiah 14, 12 and 2 and 12 and 14, Morris. It's in the biblical scripture. That's why I said a Christian don't want to deal with the Bible. I love the Bible. And the only way to get out the fire is what?
Go through it.
I've been through the fire. That's why I taught real preachers. Most people are just, how can I say it, trained like a monkey. No disrespect. I've been there. Alcohol for drinking purposes is allowed to age before it is considered good for the human consumption, right? Right? They say the older it is, the better quality it's supposed to have, right? See? And so most connoisseurs of good alcohol beverages will not accept anything that is not adequately and properly aged. Hell, if you're dealing with wine, if you're a wine connoisseur going to touch the bottles before they know the appellation of the grapes. And you don't even want to know the appellation of your goofy ass. But here it is, somebody drinking wine. They care what the appellation of the grape. They want to know where this shit come from. Who raised you? That's what they want to know, where you come. Am I right? Talk to me. Come on, appellation. People be taken out of context. So if you in a wine connoisseur, you drinking with wine, you care about where the wine come from. You drink, has it been aged this, but you don't care where you come from. Come on, man. That don't make sense to me. I'm talking about this all about ourselves. So what is the parallelism of this? This Satan inside is one of the angelic creatures, which was created before the creation of the physical universe. And as that manifestation continued from time to the present, therefore that old manifestation is an old character, or it has what? Aged, like the alcohol. Stay in context. Just like in your biblical scriptures, the Christian Bible, Moses makes mention of these old angelic spirits. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bear children to them, right? Became mighty men, which was old, men of renown. Genesis 6 and 4. I started showing y'all what the Smithsonian hid. I got all, man, when I was doing my oral dissertation at GCU, a lot of the scholars, we was able to go to places. We went to Smithsonian, we went to the Grand Canyon where they got all the Egyptians, where they got the damn National Guards watching all that stuff. But man, they hid all of them giants. They got all the stuff hidden, and it's there. The Apostle Paul wrote, put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, aka Satan, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. Ephesians 4 and 22. So Satan began an aged character or spirit, or alcoholic spirit would have to be aged. It have to be aged too. Look at the parallels. Alcohol is inflammable. Inflammable means easily burned. That's why anybody drinking, man, they already burned. Their skin start burning from inside out. They get that. That's why they call it rot gut. Because after they start drinking, they don't want no food. They become rot gut. You say?
Alcohol is made from fermented fruit, right? It's a process.
Mm-hmm. Easily provoked or excited. Most people that's drunk, they easily provoked or excited. Burns leaving no residue. And this property of alcohol compares favorably with the inevitable destruction of the satanic spirits. For they will burn, or they are inflammable. Yahweh or Elohim is a consuming fire. That's in Deuteronomy 4 and 24. That's in Hebrews 12 and 29. And when he does appear, this manifestation, He shall destroy with fire the evil spirits. Even Paul in the Christian Bible says, for the mystery of iniquity, which is that Satan within, doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom Elohim shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, like Noble was saying early, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7 and 8. So now we're gonna compare and contrast spiritual drunkenness versus physical drunkenness. Alcohol, being an aromatic spirit, imparts a telltale odor to one's breath when he or she has embedded in that bottle. The odor is almost undeniable, and coupled with other telltale signs of intoxication, staggering, all that slurred speech, eyes fogging, a reddish ball, all that stuff. It leaves no doubt who's under that agent. And when the satanic spirits are incarcerated and incarnated in these fleshly bodies, Moors, of ours and our brothers and sisters, one who is possessed of the Holy Spirit can immediately detect their presence by the words which come forth from the individual's mouth. And that's why when I say you ain't just drunk alcohol too, when your spirit is right, when I tell Moors, I know exactly what a person coming, what they coming with. I already know. I know what energy they come with. I already know. I already know. I operate on the spirit. So if Allah's not in you, I already know what you coming for. I'm going to give you everything you want to hang yourself. I'm going to give you everything you want. Because I ain't going to do nothing now. I ain't going to do nothing illegal. I can't nationalize you, so whatever you think you're going to get it from me. Hangman. It's just what it is. And for by words are ye justified, and by your words are ye condemned. That's in the biblical scripture, Matthew 12 and 37. So when one speaks not according to the law and the testimony, he or she is spiritually intoxicated with the satanic spirit. And it's just as obvious as smelling alcohol on one's breath. When I talk about physically alive but spiritually dead. See, a lot of Moors are physically alive but spiritually dead. They walking zombies. They got you doing all this illegal stuff. And I say, all this stuff you did, how do you feel? How's your life working? Messed up. The prophet Isaiah wrote, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to his word, it is because there is no light in them. That's all man and woman. That's Isaiah 8 and 20. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And you shouldn't even be trying to look for light in them. You got to step over it. Let it be. Or you see a rattlesnake and you out jogging. Oh, wait, look at the rattlesnake. Pick up a stick, pick it, and then it bites you. And you don't got no anti-venom. You deserve to die. You deserve to die. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. Anybody tell you mess with the rattlesnake coiled up, chilling. It's not going to mess with you. I'm in Arizona. I pass rattlesnakes every day. Point blank. I walk outside when I do my walk. Rattlesnake. Holy shit, big rattlesnake. I ain't touching it. The law and the testimony are the keys to an understanding. The law and the testimony are keys to understanding. The law, the 5 books, understanding certain things. When I say stay in context, stay in context. When they talk about the scripture, when they talk about Moses and the prophets of Yahshua, the Messiah, all this stuff, you have to have a clear understanding so you don't get bamboozled. And these scriptures testify of Yahshua, the Messiah, before that manifestation was born, telling where he would be born and at what time that birth would happen. Come on, all this stuff. Come on, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life. But they are they which testify of me. John 5 and 39. That's why if it don't testify to the God within, it's all man-made science. And we don't operate on man-made things. And after that fulfillment was done, the scriptures have said that he are the words which I spoken to you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled. That's why in the biblical scriptures, Noble, Dantes, when Moors and Christians, they use the scripture, I think it's Matthew, they'll say, it's finished, it's fulfilled. We're not under the law no more. Because I used to teach preachers and I say, well, tell me what law you under, goof. And what that word mean, fulfill mean, and it's written. Because it damn sure don't mean it's finished. That word is a Greek word. It's poliro, mean magnify, to bring back to its remembrance. Like if people was teaching false doctrine, I got to come back to fulfill, to poliro, to magnify, to bring this back to y'all remembrance, because y'all are here teaching false doctrine. That's what the biblical scriptures mean. That's a fact. So how can somebody get up there and say, it's finished, we're not under the law no more? What law are you under? Tell me. What's finished? Tell me. Tell me, preacher. What law are you under now? I wait. You can't. It's fulfilled. So we under your law. We're not under God's law. We under your law, huh? Because we talking about the God within. So what? If it's finished, it's over, it's fulfilled. What are we talking about? When the outpouring of the Holy Spirit fell on man, yeah, we get that. We still under the law.
Right.
Come on, man. It's too simple. It's simple. Up until this point, we are compared to the physical properties of alcohol with this nature of the satanic spirits, according to scripture. All in the scripture, it testifies. It ain't talking about none outside. It's talking about two types of spiritual drunkenness. And you can turn your attention to a comparison of the psychological or the nature of the action of alcohol upon the physical body with the behavior of the satanic spirits working in the body. Alcohol definitely and positively needs a host to act within to display its characteristic behavior, right?
Right.
So alcohol in the bottle ain't no good, right?
No.
Okay. So when whiskey or other intoxicating beverages are kept outside the body, they are unconscious or they are harmless. But when they are drunk or embedded, then they manifest their poisonous nature, right?
Yep.
Likewise, Satan and the angels need a host to act within, right?
Right.
I'm just okay. So Satan and the angels, we talking about within. We ain't talking about no magical TV stuff. We talk about
Lower self and higher self.
Yep. Thank you. It needs a host within. You are the host. That's what I'll be telling people. What you mean, Sheik? Dude, I just told you. You are the host.
Mm-hmm.
The individual is kept outside the body. That's what it is. And to do this destructive work, it must work from where? Within. That's why I say all this stuff is self-meditated. It's premeditated. People be knowing what they be doing. That's why I tell you a drunk, you talk about ain't nothing. Oh, yes, they are. I love drunks. They're going to tell you exactly what it is when they drunk every time. They're going to tell you how they feel every time. I said that. Yeah, you said that. You said every time you drunk. Every time. And the satanic spirits are therefore incarnated in our physical bodies. When Satan was cast out, and this is an analogy of heaven, into the Stygian darkness, which surrounded the earth in the beginning of the creation. That's the analogy in Genesis 1 and 2. The darkness was Satan himself, and he was literally standing by to devour the earth. First son, when he was formed. That's Revelation 12, the 12th chapter. 12th chapter. Now we're using this as an analogy, a parable. This is symbology. Stay in context. His entering into the Garden of Eden to deceive Eve is figurative of his entering into the mind and heart, which is the most holy place and the holy place of our physical bodies or our tabernacle. When I show you all the charts, it's in the books of the Garden of Eden and the Messiah tabernacle in volume 1. Adam and Eve's innocent minds were comparable to the virgin condition of the Garden of Eden when Satan entered there. Stay in context. Therefore, when Satan defiled the minds of Adam and Eve, it was necessary for Elohim to say, cursed is the ground for your sakes. That's Genesis 3 and 17, which showed that the Garden of Eden had become defiled also by Satan's presence. So by a person's presence, they can mess up the whole land. That's why I say, I got to be careful who come in this group, because by your presence, you can mess my brother's heads up. Got them tripping, got you coming up with this poison, and they come with this goofy shit. And then here it is, brothers, they ain't standing on strong because they still here, they get stood astray and they get all polluted. I told you to go and burn all that shit up. People been under science for 3 years, some goofball can come around with nothing and get your mind all twisted. That's how you ain't committed. That's why I said relationships don't mean nothing no more. And further, these satanic spirits have incarcerated themselves into mankind down through the ages and dispensations, from Adam to present. And therefore, Moors, one can see that both alcohol and the satanic spirit compare very favorably in needing a host or a body in which to act and display the poisonous nature. And now, concerning the nature of the action of alcohol and these devilish spirits inside the body, it can be said that both have the power of what? Transformation, or to disguise themselves when present in the body. Just like these liars, Noble Dantes. These Negroes think they so slick, they be like, they crossing their fingers when they come to y'all, hoping you don't know nothing. It's just like alcohol. They come like, oh, I hope you don't know nothing. And so people be getting drunk on stupid stuff. And then when the stuff happens, it's no excuse. You can't claim insanity or brainwash. You a grown man. There's no excuse in the court of law not knowing the law. It's not. You go to jail or you pay a fine. Some individuals, when under the influence of alcohol, are able to display a very chic or elegant behavior, belying the fact that they have been drinking, while others immediately show by their awkward behavior that they are intoxicated with an alcoholic beverage, right? Don't y'all know? Everybody know people like that. Some people, they so they can drink. Some people, they have a little oil. You like, oh, here come cuz go. He been drinking. You know it. And then you got some drunk, they be all jolly, happy, all crazy. You know they drunk. You know they drinking. They can't do nothing without drinking. Damn, we at the basketball court. You drinking? God damn, we can have a beer after we ball. Damn, you want to smoke a blunt in the middle of the game? What? Such is the nature of the satanic spirits working in our physical bodies. Some persons are obvious devils to everyone who sees them, while others act in such a subtle and deceitful manner that it's hard to detect that they are afflicted with the satanic spirit. How today they dress up like you with turbans, with fezzes on. They talk about they can nationalize you, all that goofy stuff. That's a drunk. That's a drunk. That's a sovereign citizen goofball with a fez on. And it ain't a fez on his head. You know what it is on his head, Noble Dantes? It's a dunce hat. That's exactly what it is on these goofy heads. Dunce hats. Cone head. You a dunce hat with a tassel. Go sit your goofy ass in the corner. And yes, they may give alms, act charitably towards others, etc. Like they say, oh, they got families. And they got, so? You had a family when you're doing all that criminal stuff. You're going to have a family when your ass go to jail. You're going to have a family when you get out. And if you do the dumb shit again, your family going to still be there. And they're going to be asking for donations. But their underlying nature is one of deception. The underlying nature is one of deception. Deception. The devil is a wonderful actor. Like I've been telling y'all, these actors, and I'm telling y'all, it's no disrespect to nobody. Dude, I'm connected. If you military, you are under the government's authority for life. You can talk all the, I ain't got no shot. Man, you been got the shot. You're one of the first ones. Because if it's time for you to go when the trumpet call, you got to go. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who you playing with? The song they sing from the Hall of Monte, from the to Triple. Who you think that song about? The Army Negro fighting the Moors. No disrespect. And the devil is a wonderful actor. The deception lies in the ability, y'all, in the ability to impress one with that niceness, that charitable stuff, and it's your birthrights, the manner of comportment. And I was in the military. Man, you've been in the military for you a low-ranked Ninja Turtle. Excuse, I'm letting y'all know. I'm just being honest. I got to be honest, because you can't be in the military for no 20 years and be a low rank. You get kicked out of there. I'm telling you what I know, and most people be farmers. They be working on people's farms. How I know? Because I know generals, and they be like, Sheik, these people playing the game is public information. Duh. Just like if I was out here lying, Noble Dantes, you can look everything up about me. If I'm telling you I'm from sovereign citizen, I got a court and I took a plea and I got to go to court and all this, you can look my case up right now. You know that, right? Okay. So that's why I be telling everybody, stop playing games with people. We got to stop that. That's the whole importance. People out here playing drunks on y'all. And that's the purpose of deceiving the individual and not for any good. That's why in the biblical scriptures, the Christian Bible, Paul even wrote of the deceivableness of that satanic spirits. Thusly for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostle of Yahshua. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light or a pope. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers, Catholic priests, Moorish sheiks, all that, also be transformed as they minister of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Everybody ends is according to their works, right? Because you reap what you sow. That's 2 Corinthians 11 and 13 and 15. It all like that. It's in the Bible. We're going to be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose ends shall be according to their works. And this what they ends be happening. Go to jail. The people, their family got to put up their house and they dealing with bail bondsmen. I just did a whole lecture on bail bondsmen. Man, bail bondsmen, Noble Dantes, it's Europeans got bail bondsmen in the hoods. I'm gonna show y'all the whole documentary when y'all look up Vice. Bail bondsman he got his whole damn, he done got a whole damn little plaza in the hood, give away bail bondsman t-shirts, give niggas nasty ass hot dogs, and everybody in the neighborhood that get in trouble, the bail bondsman got them. And guess what, Noble Dantes? He make it so cheap they can pay $10 a month. You hear me?
Wow.
Yeah. And they talk all this, damn more, I'm so special. Man, boy, you better stop playing with me. You see how easy this stuff is? And I want people to know this because you should, so you can make a sound decision. And you don't have to be making an excuse like, oh, I was drunk. No, you wasn't. They were drunk. And everyone is cognizant of the fact that individuals will often deny that they have been drinking, even though the telltale signs of alcohol are present. Even though when somebody coming to you lying, talking about, I can nationalize you and say, give you some silver notes, you know they lying, but you do it anyway. You know, can't nobody give you no passport, but you go send this person $400 with your social security number and all your information, your kids and all that. And you know that. And you know this. And they deny it. In other words, alcohol quite often makes its host deny its presence. You see that, nobles? In other words, alcohol quite often makes its host deny its presence. When these goofball Negro grown men out here, oh, for real, I don't know. Yep, you drunk. Cats out here got $50,000 bond and unjumped bail. Federal bail. Before all that, this man was a truck driver getting his own contracts, making $5,000 a week. You hear me, Noble? One of the guys. How I know people be calling me, she gotta mess my life up. I just want to give you thanks for always keeping it solid. You ain't got to thank me. Everybody know how I stand. You did that shit. And I be warning people. I said, dude, it's gonna crash in your face. And what happens to all these men with families? What happens? The devilish, all that, I don't know. And one will say, I have not had a drop of whiskey, knowing full well that he or she is lying when they say it. That's why the devilish spirit incarnated in a body will also make its host deny that presence. And one will say, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Moor, or all this, I'm a Moor, knowing very well that his manner, that he or she is a sinner per se. That's why Satan is a great liar. It's in John 8:44. Anybody that be lying, I say, you the Satan. I ain't gonna. Yes, you are. You a great liar. You a compulsive liar. You be forgetting the lies you tell me. I remember everything. I'm a sponge. A person to tell you something earlier, I asked the question in a different manner. I said, you just told me no. Liar. 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 You forgot what you even told me. Why? Because you lie so much. Compulsive. You just lie for no reason. I'm going to do this. Don't got no intentions on doing that shit. So-called Christendom, Roman Catholic, Protestants, and Jews is in this situation now. Everyone says that he is of Yahweh, but Yahweh knows that they not. He know what's his. Revelations 2 and 9. Read it. Revelations 3 and 9. Read it. This ain't me saying it. I hope Moors be reading, and it's more than one context of that. So when a person, oh, it ain't that, well, I'm going to give it to you all esoterically and exo. Then what? Come on. They say that they know Yahweh, but they do not know anything about the pattern, nor anything about the purpose and the plan of Yahweh. And the Bible remains a mystery to most of these Negroes, because the first thing they do is diss the Bible. I say that's a clown. To them, with each one placing his interpretation upon it. Hence the different religious sects, denominations, and creeds. There is but one way to know and understand Yahweh, and that is by the divine pattern which Yahweh Elohim himself gave to man, so that he could know Yahweh beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's Exodus 25 and 40, Hebrews 8 and 5. Same thing with our Morse Quran saying. This stuff is synonyms. Same thing with our Quran is saying. You're not getting nothing different. Then I get the Al-Islam Quran too, Noble Dantes, and synchronize it all. Khalifa, all that, they talking about the same thing. And I'll be like, they done got y'all caught up in madness. And that's what religion done to us, messed us up. And we all got the same book. The archetype pattern is Elohim himself. Remember that. The archetype pattern is Elohim himself and explains the unity of the spirit, the universe, and the purpose and the plan of Yahweh from the beginning to the end. That's why when I talk about the 7 Kemetic principles, a lot of times connotated Hermetic, because Negroes that's not unlearned, they'll give credit to the European aspect, but the European give all the credit to you. It's nothing Hermetic, it's Kemetic. These is keys. So when anytime we say Hermetic this, you're giving the science to somebody that didn't birth it. This is Kemetic science, and the European agree with me. So those who preach about Yahweh without a knowledge of this pattern are testifying that they really don't know anything about Yahweh and the purpose. Just like Moors don't know the purpose, just like our Quran says. They'll never know the saving purposes and what our prophet was coming to teach. And are really satanic spirits preaching about Yahweh, of contention and not of knowing, from contention and not of knowledge. Philippians 1, 15 to 16. My people are lost. Well, that's 1 Corinthians 5 and 21. My people are lost due to a lack of knowledge. Why? Because we refuse to learn. Despite the fact that they preach about this. They deny it. They deny this, y'all. And so as we close it, that phenomenon of the satanic spirit making the host deny his presence, it sets upon a condition which brings about what? Habitation. Something that you do all the time, habitual. There is a great reluctance on the part of the spirit to leave its host. And the longer it remains in the body family, the greater is the task of ridding oneself of it. And everyone is acquainted with the habitual drunkenness, with the habitual liar. He just doesn't ever try to stop drinking or stop lying. They try to convince you of the lies. And the more he drinks, the more he lies, the more they want, because they think they convincing somebody of something. He or she has not the power within himself to actually help himself. Such is the state of the present day preachers and ministers and these more Sikhs with all this sovereign citizens crap. The more that they deny that they don't know what it is all about, and the more they resist the truth. Talk about they finna expatriate from this de facto government. Okay, well then you a domestic terrorist, goofy. The more these satanic spirits become rooted and grounded in them, to the point that with some Moors, it becomes utterly and impossible to cast the spirits out. And this is spiritual habitation. As Peter says, they are willingly ignorant. That's in 2 Peter 3 and 5, y'all. They willingly ignorant. Grown men. Jude refers to them as what? Twice dead. You twice dead. Jude 12, Paul speaks of them as having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Timothy 4 and 2, these are hopeless spirits, spiritual alcoholics, and there is nothing left for them but eternal damnation and destruction. Jude also says, for there are certain men, satanic spirits, crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to the condemnation, wicked men turning the grace of our Elohim into lasciviousness and denying the only Elohim, and our Savior Yeshua within the Messiah. Jude 4. And it does not do any good to try to show them about a divine pattern, for they just will not hear you. They think that they know what it's all about, for they have been preaching the same bullshit for these many years. We all follow these people. I've been doing it for 20 years. So you've been doing it wrong. It's just like these old school rappers, they be mad. Well, how these young, like Method Man, well, I don't know what these young dudes rap, how they get in the bag. Man, it's a different dispensation. They ain't got to sign a deal. They put that shit on TikTok, on the internet. They make millions. Stop being a fucking hater. Or a basketball player. Oh, I was great back in the day. I was all pro. And now these kids making so much money. Yeah, you was great in your day, goofy. You should have been teaching the young kids all the game, and you could have been making money all the time instead of trying to be an old-ass rapper. It's the same way. Habitual alcohol. So I want us to be clear with that, man, as I close. Be clear with that. This all on us. This is all on us. Islam. So if y'all don't have, if Morris don't have volume 1, 2, and 3, and 4, like I said, these books can't be bought anywhere. And I haven't even got in volume 3 and 4 where we start talking about the Catholic and I start showing you pictorials, a lot of stuff that people are hiding from you. And then the stuff must be explained. And then with all the charts that I possess, that have over the years, no one can get it. Islam? Gratitude? There's so much pictorial in here. You got the Pope in here with the 666 all on his head, anointing the African kings, all this stuff. I mean, it's here. So we don't give credit to nothing outside of ourselves. Any questions? If anybody want all 4 volumes, everybody know how to donate, and they can get these books PDF to them with no problem. We good?
Islam knows. So how would you recommend if you had a brother or sister who wanted to get up out of this mental state with alcoholism? What would you recommend them?
What would I recommend? Them to come to class, because most people that drink, they got too much time on their hands.
Right, they isolate themselves.
Yeah, and I'm telling, and it's a want. And it's a want, and we find people that like-mind us. If most alcohol people that drink a lot, they around people that drink a lot too. They got at least somebody that drink a lot. If not, they're closet drunk, and they antisocial. I got a homeboy.
We all went to college and was drinking. You know, I got brothers who kept that same mentality and never got out of it.
You just said it. Mental. We've got all that. You just said it. We're physically alive, but spiritually dead. Age has nothing to do with mental growth. You just said it. You was there. We all have done something mentally. Everybody don't grow. When people be like, what, retarded? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying growth mentally. Nas said the song, people living a second childhood. Most of our friends are living a second childhood. If they're not into what you into it, most people are still living a second childhood. Living for the weekend. They don't have no money saved. It's the same thing. So it's a mental. I never said there's nothing wrong having a drink. I never said there's nothing a person having to smoke, whatever. Never said that, because I said anything you can abuse is bad. So when I tell people, I say, dude, that's something that's mental that nobody can do. It ain't. It's a want. Just like if a person want to get in shape, it's a want. They can be around all people all day. They gotta want to do it.
Right.
And that's what, and you got to be okay with separating from people too. That's another thing. When people be going through things and they don't want help, and you be trying, you will waste so much energy, and you'll be like, "Why I'm going through this?" You got to be okay with walking away from that and let them and be a testimony. You already went and watered the plant. That's the only job you got to do. It takes some tilling from them. When I be telling people, when we be planting other people, it ain't no tilling for you. You already planted the seed. They got to do the tilling. You planted the seed. So now you is living sacrifice. They seeing you a brother. So I tell everybody, if I'm around Maso, I'll be trying to join Maso. What Maso doing, whatever Maso in, I need to be doing that. That's it. And most of us refuse to do it because accountability, because most Moors done got on the internet and then saw all this crazy stuff and undid all this goofy stuff, and they embarrassed. Big facts.
Right.
And it's the same way with drinking.
To the masses. You got to keep the lock going.
Yep. Yep.
Well, who's teaching it?
It's,
That's the question. Does anybody look like you?
The wrong people.
yeah, yes, Noble. And it's more science. Yes, it's people. It ain't no Europe. That's why I tell people, Noble. Everybody talk that European stuff, but it ain't no European grand sheiks out here on the internet telling you that you a sovereign citizen, you finna squat in the house, they finna get you some Moorish American ID, they finna make you a whole bunch of money. Ain't nobody telling you to get on no highway and do all this with no guns and run and damn near get shot in your back. Ain't nobody, that's being taught by your own people with fezes on. Ain't no European doing nothing. Ain't no Europe. I'm in a red state, Dantes. I'm in Arizona, a red state. I dress like this everywhere I go. So it's our people doing that. And it's grown men. The most people that's going to jail for this more stuff is 35 and up. They talk about they finna squat in houses. I show the books people get in trouble for it, Dantes. I be showing all this stuff and people don't want to, and then Noble Dantes, people don't be sharing their experiences and be like, well, Sheik, you know what? Well, this happened and blah, 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 and I hate this. Like I be showing books, like this book, Get Morris Arrested, talk about they finna cancel corporate debt and all this stuff. Morris be talking about they finna squat in houses. More women be getting their kids took from the protective service because somebody done told them their house is theirs, and their kid go to school. Talk about tell a teacher and protective service. You know, we take a bath outside in the backyard. My mama cook outside in the backyard with fire. We don't have one in water, and then protective service come, but you some more, and you live in a neighborhood. And you don't let somebody tell you don't pay your bills and this your land and you got a generator running in your neighborhood. That's illegal. That came from Moors. That ain't come from no European.
Sick.
See? And Moors don't, I know people lost their houses. Right now, all that Moorish consulate, all my nobles I share, it's this little blue book. It's a little traffic court book. I send it to all my nobles. That's the book these goofs be using. These people be doing all this fake demonstration, getting their cars impounded. Just because you paid to get your car back, you didn't win. You paid to get your car back. And whoever name it is, they got to get it out because you don't got a license. And if you got a car off the lot, man, you lying. These people lying. But then their car be registered with the state they live in at the deal. They done. And then they got travel dot plates. See, this is what Moors be wanting for me, and I be ripping their head off, Noble Dantes, and they don't be wanting to tell the truth. Oh, they got some fake ass travel, some tribe documents, and if you a national, what national got some goofy ass tribal document? If you a national, you got national plates. Don't know, and then what tribe people give a shit about that? Oh, this is my tribal plate. Okay, well, we'll say if Noble Dantes is a part of another tribe, he got a plate, and his tribe got a plate. No, I'm a Moorish American. Well, that ain't your tribe. That's your nationality. So you lost.
Listening to the wrong wars.
Thank you, Noble Dantes. And it's grown men like us. And that's what this, and I'll be waiting. I said, more stop. This ain't no whole bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids, Noble Dantes out here spreading this false shit. And that's why I say these grown men that got kids. And they say, well, I got kids, I got family. I don't care. You weren't thinking about your kids when you was lying. You weren't thinking about none of that stuff. Oh, I got kids, I got a family. This person got kids. So what? And so that's where I'm saying, man, and that's how we can help our people, Noble Maso. Tough love. And if they grown, remember when I was a child, I act like a child. When I became a man, I put away all childish ways. It's something that you got to do. But don't beat yourself up black and blue trying to bring a person to the water. You are the water. They should be drinking from your cup. It ain't nothing else you got to do. Keep it pushing.
Or you made a picture for your picture.
Yep. Your cup run is over. You attention grabber. So you just got to be you. I tell people if I have a homie that drink a lot, anytime I go around him, we can't have no drink. I'm not drinking them. That's something that you can help. That's how you can help your friend. You can be that positive light. So if all y'all come around, y'all going to everybody going to assist him drinking, that's what friends do. Nope, I ain't drinking around you. And I'll tell you that. And that's going to be the difference for y'all friendship than anybody else. He'll love you different. Be like, man, Maso don't come around me drinking. I tell my friend that, dude, I ain't around you because all our friends don't give a shit. I don't want to be around you drinking. Let's work out. That's how you got to get. It's attention grabber. It's other things. I don't even talk about drinking. And then I'll tell you, man, why you want to hang out with me, man? Because I don't want you drinking, because I don't like you drinking. You a better person. I like you working out with me, doing that and doing this. Damn, for real? Damn, he just done changed the fucking paradigm to me, told me he liked me better than the time he loved me. I don't like to be around with people taking advantage of you, getting you drunk and all that, and you know that's a problem. Damn, that's a different type of love. This motherfucker, he like me. This my brother. Yeah, I come pick you up to go work out and go get something to eat and build, brother. But drinking and stuff, I ain't doing that with you. I love you. That's what you can do. And be accountable for yourself. That's what I tell people. And every time you come around, here come my boy, he'll probably get to hug like, man, you always accountable for me and yourself. I'm always accountable for me. If Lamarck drunk a lot all the time, I ain't gonna be drinking around Lamarck or thinking it's cool and let him be drunk and know he can't control it. And I done had maybe a shot and a whole bunch of water or 2 shots. Lamarck done have 2 bottles. And then
y'all better stop me. Don't let me kill myself.
Right. And I don't mean to use you as that, Lamarck. But not only that, y'all, keep going to the ATM, getting money out, and be like, man, we had a good time. You done spent $500 tonight. Don't know where it went.
I wouldn't consider anybody close to me that would watch me do something like that. Somebody that's got my back for real.
Thank you.
For sure. You know what I mean? Like I don't expect you to like tackle me and restrain me and Bobby Boucher me. You know. So I don't do nothing, but I expect you to be like, hey, Mo, like, you what's up? You understand what you do? Yeah, like, what we doing here, man?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Are you really about to do this? Like, for real? Like,
yeah.
Think about this, man. Like, I want somebody to say that at least.
Yeah. And just how we work out with Noble as a tribe. I love all my brothers. I know where we was at first. That's why I be on working out and said, dude, all them pills don't mean nothing. You got to watch what you eat and work out. Most people don't do any physical fitness as they get older. And they think they go to the doctor. It ain't how much you can do. You got to do what you can do and your body build up. I promise Morris this. Muscles atrophy. And this is just a part of working out because you can think. When you think you can meditate, you working out, that's a form of meditating. It's a whole type of dopamine that goes from the brain. I like to call it the Holy Spirit. But I just want to share that, man. And that's what we're here for, man. So I give all y'all love. And I keep everybody challenged. No matter if you work out on your own, that's great. Work out with the team if you can. If you're doing it on your own, of course you're supposed to when you can't make it with the tribe. But if you can make it with the tribe, and you're not, just because we challenge you to try. We challenge you to tell your loved ones. If you got any kids, they might be obese. We challenge you because these workouts is better than any trainer you can pay. I'm a licensed physical trainer. Canisius, I do all this, and I offer these with my tribe. You will get in shape. I promise you. You will get ripped. You will. And so
we running with the tribe tomorrow for sure.
Islam. And that's all it is. It's baby steps. It ain't about doing what I can do or doing what Lamar can do or doing what Malik can do. If we do 20 sets, you might do shit. I only can do 7. Let me take a breather, come back. That's what we do. You look up in the month, here it is, Noble Dantes, and got his shirt off. He done slim. He like, yeah. Everybody like, damn, seeing stuff different. Like, what you do? Oh, man, I grind with my tribe. Where? At the crib, yeah. I ain't got no heavyweights. I got lightweights. I'm ripping up. I'm 46. We all got 6-packs. I'm serious. I got an 8-pack, and I ain't bragging my wife. I go places, people like, how old are you? About like 28, 29, 30. I said, man, I could be your daddy, boy. I'm like, I'm ready to be 46 for real? Yeah. Well, how you got a 6-pack and why your back look like a python? I get it in. I'm keeping it 100, Noble. This is what people tell me, because I get it in. And I'm glad they ain't telling me, oh, your stomach big and you got raccoon eyes and your ankles fat.
It is wow.
I'm so geeked when I look at Lamar because my hair can't grow. I used to have a 360. You know, my hair stopped growing when my brother died. And hell, Lamar hair growing like that. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go get me one of them hair wigs like them dudes got.
You might need one of them dread wigs.
It's the dread man, don't do that.
It's real.
But you feel me though, y'all? So I love y'all, man. That's what I'm saying. This is all about us, man, Noble Dantes. And I give you gratitude for stepping up. And this is the best choice you're going to make. And everything that you're looking for, you're going to get. I promise you. Take care of yourself. And I'll never be trying to tell people what to do. I just be an example. I be pleasant and you see who I am. And if you ask me, I don't try to say, oh, you wrong. You a Christian or this, none of that. Or you Negro, black in color. I just be light. If you ask me something about my feds, hey, yeah, just a fed, boom, 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 yep, basic information. Hey, my sheep wrote the book. Hey, I invite you to class. It be simple like that. Everybody that might know they wear the feds, it don't have no problem. because we who we are. And it's a conversation piece. And it's beautiful.
The saddest part about where I'm at, I'd be the only one. I was just talking to my empress about it. I'd be the only one in my town. You know?
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm gonna stick out.
Where you
St.
at?
Louis.
St. Louis?
St. Louis.
You should. You should stick out like
They out here, they just you never see them.
Nope.
You never see them.
Because a lot of them done
The
lied.
only one.
And they gonna see you. And it's gonna mean something. Man, and once you start seeing that other people like, oh yeah, I know she good, maybe a lot of them gonna be afraid because they've been lied to. They done got that stuff off TV and they'll try to tell you to get this ID and do this, and we destroyed that. And they be like, oh, he don't play. Nope. Because everything I say you can take to a court of law and walk out there with your fez on. If anybody got a fez and you go to court and the judge will make you take your fez off, you can't be around me. Because if you got a sheik, and if you a sheik, you know the precedent in law that say you can wear your fez in court, in the military, and on the job. You should know that. And I've been seeing more that call themselves grand sheiks. I'm not gonna say their name when they come out to Arizona. And every time when I used to be on the docket, when I was still in school, my professor is one of the judges out here. So he was like, well, some of your people here. And I'm like, what you mean my people? Because he like, it be Bay and L. And I'm like, these ain't my people. So when I used to go, and I'm like, let me go see who these people are. And there's one guy that wrote this book, but make a long story short, made him take his fez off. He turned around and looked right at me. I'm laughing like a mug. I'm laughing. And right now he on the internet talking about he's some USAR, he's some president and all this shit. I'm like, man, y'all people is fucking crazy. Excuse my candor. But boom, they made him take his fez off. Oh, it's my national head. It's my national headdress. The judge was like, I don't care. It's a hat. Prove it. You ain't got the precedent in law, the doc number to tell you what it is. Man, take that hat off. Take that hat off. And they take it off. I know Moors, that's Moors. They go to work and I pop up on, they got a baseball hat on. They fez in the car. You should have a fez for work and you should have a fez for your regular attire when you're doing things. That's why you should have multiple. That's why you be seeing these Moors, these grown Moors, they fez dirty as hell. Look like they done got out the garbage. I'm keeping it 100. You know I'm telling the truth, Dantes, don't you? Look at them. All these more, and then they act like it's some special trophy, brushing it off like it's a cat or an animal. Man, why you don't wear your fez? You at work with a Yankee hat on. I thought you were more. Why you don't have your fez on? Huh? Yeah, I'm a Moor at all times.
With or without?
With or without. But if it means something to you, that's like the Jewish, they wear their yarmulke. The Muslim, they wear their kufi. The Indian, they wear their turban. If I'm a Moor, I'm with all the time, never without. That's me. I'm always with, never without. Only time you might see me without my turban, my kufi, is I'm working out. But if I'm in the work setting and all that, this is who I am. Or I got a kufi on at all times. Why? Because I'm different. You got to ask me who I am. You ain't just going to put me in no box and say this. You got to ask me. Why? Because I got on a attention grabber. And if it's in the wintertime, if you in seasons, I got my fez on in the winter. I can't wear it out here in Arizona. It's 1,000,000 degrees. I wear my turban and my kufi. In the winter seasons, I wear my fez at all times. I'll never forget. Do a preacher forget to wear? Do a priest forget to wear his collar? Do the Jew forget to put on his yarmulke? Or say, I'm a Jew with or without? They'll be like, man, what you do without your yarmulke and your fringes on under your attire? This part of your life. And that's what I'll be telling us. A lot of Moors, they act like it's a trophy. Not nobody here. It's always a with. You're not supposed to leave out the house with it. What do you mean? You gonna know a European Jew when you see him, don't you, Noble Dantes? You gonna know, ain't you? Every time.
Absolutely.
Every time. At the mall, no matter if they working, they gonna have their yarmulke on. Every time. That's how they work. You gonna know who they are. The Al-Islam Muslim, he gonna have his kufi on. The Indian, he gonna have his turban on every time. But when it come to Moors, oh shit. I'm a Moor with or without. I ain't never say you wasn't a Moor with or without. Moorish. Now, Moors, we wear our fez at all time. That's the question. Are you confident? And that be the other aspect of it, Noble Dantes. Are you confident of it, or do we make an excuse and say, well, I'm a Moor with or without? I ain't asked you that. And that be first people think, I'm a Moor with or without. I ain't asked you that. People started making excuses. I said, are you Moors? Yep. So why Prophet said one thing about Moors, wearing your fez at all times and your turban, right? That's the least you can do, right? If somebody tell me, if I'm making that up, That's the thing. That's the least we can do to self-identify. If Noble Dantes, if they took all the voice boxes away from everybody today and not closed, and they say all Moors, y'all got to show up so y'all can go to y'all land. Y'all say y'all got 10 acres. Show up self-identifying where you ain't got to say nothing. Only way to show up self-identifying is with a damn fez. You show up with a kufi, or a turban on, I might think you Al-Islam or something. I say, yeah, I get that, but you say you're a Moor. Where your national headdress? So you say you a Moorish, you should, boom, here I am. Everybody else will be scrambling. That ain't your national headdress, that turban. That kufi ain't your national headdress. Why you don't wear that all times? That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna be able to get ready. That's nonverbal communication. How I know you Moorish? By what you got on your head. What tribe you're a part of? By your tribal leader in the school, legal and lawful. They can look it up. Then you don't cross both sectors. You don't proclaim, declare to have due process, and you part of a tribe, which the law, and you part of a real school. You cross all sectors. And we have school ID, temple ID. On your temple and school ID, you say who you are. You say your nationality. You say your race. You say your status. That's what you say. And you got, and it's our school and temple ID. And you tax exempt for the federal government. You can go somewhere, and if you want to get books or say, hey, do y'all take tax exempt status? And if they tell you, yeah, which most of them do, boom, no taxes. Easy, just like your church. That's why I be laughing at people. Moors ain't got no special code. I'm a real organization that's tax exempt for the federal government. You should want to deal with me. Either you're going to give it to Uncle Sam willingly, or you're going to support your charitable contribution of your choice. I keep telling people this all day. They don't get it. Go ask your tax preparer. Most people don't have deductions. And so you give your money to Uncle Sam. You need to donate to your religious contribution of your choice. And some people don't give enough. I teach this on the college campus. A lot of my professors, Noble, donate. If you making $100,000, you giving Uncle Sam damn near 20 grand. If you have no deductions, that's why all professional people, they have presidents and all that, they have nonprofit organizations. So when Donald Trump saying he don't pay taxes, he do pay taxes. He just support his organization of his choice. He don't give it to Uncle Sam at a private banking system. That's what I am. That's what the laws say you do. You're either gonna give it to Uncle Sam or support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and help it become successful. Islam? So I give y'all love, man. Anybody got anything? I'm done.
Just, also just no disrespect to what I was saying, but just here, I don't see, Moors in St. Louis self-proclaiming, self-identifying. It's just something that I don't see out here. So there wasn't no disrespect to anybody from, my area that might be tuned in.
No, but you ain't gonna see it nowhere, Noble.
I haven't seen it.
You telling the truth, Noble. No, hey, Noble, you telling the truth. I call them Ninja Turtles. I call them, they'll pop out on the curb like it's some clandestine, like it's some Freemasonry stuff. Now, I know a whole bunch of Moors in your area, a whole bunch. When I start name dropping, you'll be like, Sheik, this is right around the corner from me. I'll be like, yep. And then I'll show you another subordinate, not even call it subordinate, whatever they call it, temple. It's Moors, all they don't even know each other. Because they done all that crazy stuff. They can't be out like that. You gonna be the difference. They gonna see you. That's gonna be, yes. That's why they don't see them, because all the stuff they did, they be getting pulled over. Noble, it's more in your area. This fool was riding around with no tags, all this. So now every time they see him, they pull him over. I know his wife. She's like, Sheik, this shit is a hassle. She divorced him. He like, with that stuff, they every time she pulled out the driveway, the police pulled her over. Made her late. That's what they do. They just make you late and let you go. I'm a sovereign citizen stuff, so I know people in your area, and you're going to be the light. That's what light is. It's only a few. It's a lot of Moors in that area that did that sovereign citizen stuff, that went to that publication company and said they claim their nationality, and they pulling out their ID, and your ID is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequences. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these orders are violated, justice must then take its course. Stop flashing your card at Europeans. It causes confusion. It don't replace nothing. So when these Moors be pulling out all this stuff out, they should get abused because they're going against their own bylaws. We ain't here to overthrow no government. It's in our divine creed and bylaws, our 101s. Everything they doing is off. And the judges take their own bylaw and divine creed and slam the book at them. Read our divine creed and bylaws, our 101s. It's clear. Read Act 1, just Act 7. You'll be like, damn, Sheik, it's too simple. Read in the state booklet. If you don't got the state booklet, you need to get it to me. You need to get it from me. It'll tell you clearly how the prophet set the temple up. It'll show you how we're synonymous. You're going to be sitting here like this, Noble Dantes, like I'm looking like, damn, Sheik. You're gonna be like,
No, I haven't.
See?
I read the whole thing.
See?
It's wild.
See? And even the brothers that, even in the introduction, the brothers, those brothers, they ain't right. That's why anytime you write about the prophet, you got to tell the truth. Them Negroes went to jail for fake taxes. That's why they can't say nothing to me. I popped out in Chicago. I know them all, and they ain't shit. Excuse my candor. That's why you'll never see them coming on my page with nothing, because I'll pull out all the facts. I say, y'all out here doing fake taxes, and y'all got all these people caught up with fake taxes, and y'all temple look like a dope house.
I found another one the other day abandoned next to a park. I was shocked. I didn't know we had so many.
Yeah.
They abandoned.
Yeah. That's the only thing in the trust. When they talk about Moore's got something in the trust, what? A whole bunch of old buildings? That's abandoned? I told one more was so scared in Chicago when I knew the temple was abandoned. It was on the dock. And, I had put a bid in it. And I said, man, he was lying standing in front of it. I said, man, get in front of my place before I call the police and have you lottery. He got scared as hell. He was lying. I was just messing with him. I said, you ain't bought that. I said, man, the city don't own that. I said, I got the list. I said, Noble, the temple was only for sale. That whole building, you could have got it. They could have got it for $2,500. It abandoned for years, just sitting. And now some people got it and turned it into something else. So these people be lying, man. Now, in my city of Flint, temple number 19, man, them Negroes don't even be there. And it's getting ready to be up on a chopping block for back taxes, and I'm going to buy it. Temple number 9, I go to Flint every time, be hitting the people up. I took pictures in front of it. So I'll be going to the neighbors because that's the neighborhood I grew up in. I knocked on his neighbor door, a guy that got pit bulls. He was like, Sheik, you the guy that coming up in that Cadillac every day? They be here popping up, acting like they some Ninja Turtles, like they some Freemasons. Gave me the number to the dudes. I know they are in Saginaw. I drive to Saginaw. These Negroes disappear. I said, man, I'm in Flint. I said, dude, I can open a temple down there. I'm in the city. Everybody know me. Temple doors be like doom, grass high as hell. They be lying. They be acting like they some Ninja Turtles. As soon as the building go up for 4 o'clock, I'm buying it. And I'm turning to the Burning Bush Tower. I'm taking all the more science shit down. And don't y'all know, that's what they call it, a historical area. I done talked to the mayor. It's a historical area. Just like in 2012 when all the Moors signed the proclamation to say that we Moors and all this stuff. In 2012, all states, they signed it. I'll give you the documents. It's like certificates. In 2012, a lot of the sheiks went to the mayors and stuff and signed the proclamation affidavit saying that we Moors. I'm getting ready to do it again in my city. And Arizona. It's just taking a minute. They were like, we're already happening in 2012. I said, well, I'm the sheik of the Burning Bush. I want this shit to say 2023. And be there with the mayor shaking the hand, be like, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science School, yes, we Moors. It been signed in 2012 and all my nobles got it. And you right, Noble Dantes, them temples is abandoned because they don't, listen, they be lying. Buildings cost money. So if you ain't upkeep on the property tax, and the property tax is pennies because it's right in the neighborhood, it's on Martin Luther King Avenue in our city. So you got to imagine, every ML King is in the hood. Am I lying?
Yes, the one that I just found is on Martin Luther King.
Okay, I'm telling you, I'm going to start telling you what I know. I know too much. I'm telling you. They all subordinate temples, man. They all in shambles. Every one of them. And then the ones that ain't going there and see what's popping. And so the more Science Temple of America in my city, and as soon as it go for back taxes, because these people paying for it, and they ain't there. Many people ain't going to pay for it. That's how I own a lot of property in my city. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to show y'all. And I'm going to put all our logos in it. And it's going to be historical building. It's still the more Science Temple of America, but we a school. We a school. So that's what I'm saying, Noble Dantes, the truth of the matter. All the temples are in shambles. And then you got old people in there playing church, telling women that they can't wear fezzes. So I'm glad we be having these real conversations. That's why I said it ain't just about the science. It's about saving people's lives and saying, wait a minute, what are we doing? It's only one science. It's only one more Science Temple of America. It's only one prophet. So if you're not dealing with a sheik that's from the temple, that's anointed and consecrated, and the educators are going to teach you all the prereqs, who you dealing with? You're dealing with a whole bunch of people that made that shit up. I'm from the temple. And that don't mean nothing if I wasn't right. I'm just telling you it's a certain structure how the Moorish Science Temple is set up. If people saying they studying what the prophet taught, no, they not. They doing their own thing, telling you they writ writers and they finna have you not paying just so much, man. And so I want people to be clear of that. So gratitude, Noble Dantes, you're gonna be the only one. Sometimes that happens, but you're gonna attract the right people. I'm the only one here. I know people on Amazon, Noble Dantes, that be selling turbans and all. I ain't gonna say their names. They be out here with their boys, and all the women be all together doing all that dancing, and all the kids be dancing, all that feminine stuff. Ain't no men around, and they whole claim to fame is to sell shit in the name of Noble Drew Ali. I know a whole bunch of Moors out here in Arizona. I know a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of old men that got arrested on the corner. We teaching people their nationality and their birthrights. What? See? And so they just doing criminal things. And yes, you're going to be the only one. And when the people see you, they're going to know you're different. So I give everybody gratitude. Any other questions, man? Dantes, you got your 3 books, right? For your donation you gave the other day.
Yeah, I just did. But now I'm like hitting myself so I can get that 4th volume.
And take your time, Noble. Like I said, you my student. You don't got to, Noble. You get it for the same price. The Idea Mark books, man, you can get them for 40. I ain't tripping. You my brother. You get the both. What I just went over is 4 volumes, 2 in each. You get it for 40. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Just like those books you got yesterday for $40. When you go on Amazon and look how much the books cost. Sacred Drift for Peter Lambert Wilson cost about $100-some. That's one book. You got 3 books.
$235.
Oh, damn. It done went up.
35 on there.
See?
Yeah.
See? 2, and you got 3 books.
Trumbull Under Rome is 202.
You say what?
Judah Trumbull's Under Rome, that's 200 as well.
See? You got that. You got Stolen Legacy, and you got Peter Lambert Wilson, and you got White Cargo. That's gonna blow your mind. And so why would
I read the introduction? White Cargo.
That's one of Lamarck's. That's one of Noble Malik's favorite books. I know, because Noble Malik be on it.
To hear that they were first was just, it's like, man, they're not teaching you that at school. Why would they?
We just talking freestyle.
It was the color construct, though.
Yeah.
Right.
We just dialoguing.
Where he talked about the cargo too.
I was showing him.
We played a video that the Noble who was actually, giving a little lecture about it, and he basically has a manifest about how the servitude people who came over here, they weren't in bondage. It was a servitude, as an agreement. And then some of them go right in the White Cargo. It talks about basically some of them, being forced to stay in servitude longer than what they was promised or what the contract was for the deed. So it all worked in the end.
Yeah. And can I ask everybody a question before we leave? We can say Islam, isn't it beautiful to where Noble Dantes, we don't have to go to Amazon to get all these books. Like if you go on Amazon and look up Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering, I don't know if you got that book from me yet. That book on Amazon is 4 bands. The book on Amazon is $4,000. Y'all get that for little or nothing. You say what, Noble Dantes? Oh, I thought you said something.
Nothing.
But you get all this literature. So isn't it happy instead of going to Amazon and paying all that money for books, you can say, hey, man, my tribal brother, yes, he got his own mypdfbooks.com. But as you remember, you ain't got to go on there. And even though mypdfbooks.com is a fraction of the price cheaper than anywhere else, you being a member, you're going to get it for half of that. Some of the books you might get for $5 or $10 because you my brother. Ask all my nobles. I got books Amazon don't have. So isn't that a beauty? You already into this, and instead of giving your money to Amazon, making Jeff Bezos rich, you can support somebody that you into and print the books as you want to and have them in your tablet and bless other people. You can bless your brother that's into the science. Your brother can be in the science like, man, you got Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering. He could be like, man, that book $4,000 on Amazon. Yeah, you can be like, no, but I tell you what, man, my sheet, let me get it for 40. I'm gonna give it to you for 40. What? That's a blessing. And that's how we share the wisdom with each other. Who cares? I don't care. I don't want my nobles going on Amazon buying no book for $4,000. If you want a Marcus Garvey letter and it's $3,000 on Amazon, why would you go on Amazon and buy it and show me? And I got all the letters. You get it from me for pennies. There's no book you got to do in that, and that's the pleasure of what we're doing. So I give you gratitude, Noble Dantes, figuring out, talking to your wife, because I tell everybody, make a sound decision, and I'm glad that you took the time to figure things out. That's why I say only good man we only good as our empresses that we have next to us. That's why I know good men. Most good men have empresses. If you just a good dude without a woman, you just a good dude.
See right here, sneaky past.
Hey, I'm telling you, we ain't nothing but good dudes without a wife. Let me tell you why, because it's things that we will do if you don't got no empress. It ain't no guiding. And see, a lot of men, they don't want empress that look like them, no, because my empress keep me in check. My sister right here, we just had a dialogue. My empress like, hey, I don't like the way you saying that shit. Like, hold on, before we all there, you do this, boom, 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 because I'm a business head. She's like, you talk to me as your wife. Well, I do business on the side. She's like, fuck the business. And so I'm just saying, I give my empress all the credit. I'm half a man without her. All my college degrees, everything I'm doing, my empress. And so that's what I tell people, man. I promise you, good men gonna have a good woman by them. Good woman gonna push you. A good woman gonna push you to be great. She gonna push you. She gonna be like, yeah, you lacking up. That's why I tell a lot of men, we done so much stuff and dealt with this more science with being tricked. It'd be hard for our empresses to come in it because we done brought so much stuff and we done been like, what's that show? The Honeymooners. They come in with a whole bunch of ideas every time and that shit don't work. You know, what's his name? Cedric the Entertainer and Mike Epps played. They played like the Honeymooners. Watch it. And he always had these ideas and it wasn't nothing.
Al or whatever that name is.
Yeah. Yeah. Malik, you stupid. But that's what I'm saying, man. When I say, only reason why I say this, y'all, is when I say I figured out 1,000 ways to love my wife. It ain't about pushing her to the science, and all my nobles can attest. Because we come into things, we be so excited, but it's just us being light. And they eventually come in. Because if we don't go against the Bible, I'm the walking Bible. I know the Bible back and forth, in and out. I love the Bible. I am the Bible. Moors, we are from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. What about Ruth and Moabitess and Tamara? So if anybody come with that crazy stuff, they tripping, Brother Dantes. And I already did a lecture about how the Bible proved that the black man is the father of civilization. And I'll get you that book too for you and your empress can read with all biblical scripture. You're like, dang. So that's what I want us to understand,
Islam,
man.
Noble Dantes, welcome.
I'm a family man.
Islam.
And I love the Bible. I come from the church. I'm a Moor. I know all Islam. I'm an adapt. I love that Bible. We are the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. So anybody dissing the biblical scriptures, that's just a lack of understanding. That's all. It's a lack of understanding. And the Bible is not a European book. It's not. It's even hard for people to fathom that. So any other questions, man, while we close? I know we've been going for 2 hours, so we've been a good build. Anybody else? We good? Yeah, babe. We just been talking, having a good convo. But I give you gratitude, Noble Dantes. You're going to be the only one. My professor, I used to show up on campus, Dantes, and my professor called me a dinosaur. And at first when he said it, I kind of took offense, but he was like, no, listen to what I'm saying, because he's a Freemason. He a potentate. They tried to buy my book, Divine Creed, for 10 grand. The copyrights, and it'd be gone. My dad wrote me a check like, man, forget that. Show him you got 10,000 right here. I'm serious.
Islam.
I'm dead serious. So when I was going on campus, yes, I was the only one. I would go on campus every day, fez, turban, regalia, and I was speaking for the truth. And my professor is a potentate, a European Mason, and we gravitated. And he started showing me things, and he was like, everything you're saying is science. He's like, your people's lost. He's like, it's your people lost. He was like, it's your people. They the joke of masonry, not us. He was like, I know I'm a son of a Muslim. He said, I tell you I'm a son of a Muslim. He's like, yes, you the father of this. My professor, I wear my fez every day. And we built on that. He's a Scottish Rite, a potentate. I go to their temples. He's a Catholic priest out here. When I come in, my fez, they sit on their hands. When I lecture, it be in a good way of love. It don't be no hate. And that's what I tell people. So yeah, you're going to be the only one, but you're going to be the righteous one. And people are going to love you for that. You're going to be going out with your wife clean, how your eyes are, how your smile is. People are going to be walking right up to you like, I'm glad to see you wearing your fez. Europeans. Ask Lamarck. He'll tell you.
Oh, man, believe me, I get it all the time, man. You know how people stop me, this dude stopped me in Costco. He's like, hey, man, I like your fez. Have you seen Doctor Who?
Yeah.
You know Doctor Who. My dad likes all the little, yeah, they'll say stuff like, like, hey,
yes.
You know about that? It's
yes.
like trying to read, like,
if you know
kind of where you are. And I was like, yeah, my dad, I know about those. We've been watching that science fiction stuff since forever. And we just struck up a conversation. It's like, oh,
yep.
Well, yeah. That's like, yeah.
Yep. Like Dantes, we at Sprouts, me and my sister and my wife, a European guy walked right up to me. I got my she-mag with my Halil, my Kaifo. He walked right up to me. I love your headdress. I love your headdress. Not my hat or nothing like that. They're like, I love your headdress. They're like, you a sheik or a magi. I'm like, yeah. They don't ask me, am I no Muslim or this? They be like, you a magi and a sheik. I feel your vibration.
They recognize.
Yes. Never got known from no European, no crazy stuff. Oh, you some Islam Muslim or this. Muslims don't wear fezzes per se. So they already know. And so that's what I'm saying. Yes, you're going to be the only one. It's going to be so beautiful when you make that demonstration. You're going to have a maroon turban, a black turban. If you want a white one with the gold tassel, it's going to feel so good. Watch. You ain't going to get no bad looks. The only stares is going to come from your people. They the ones that's stupid. And I hate to say that, Noble Dantes. I really do. I really hate to say that. My mother is older. My dad say that. Like, our people are so stupid. Because they be like, ooh, what's that? I saw the free man. I saw Muslim. You ain't seen no Muslim wear that. Or what's that, a Kentucky Fried Chicken hat? No, it's what your daddy got hiding with Islam, with Mecca and El Bay hidden in the closet. He ain't going to tell you that because he think you perverse. And the Europeans wear that fez in clandestine. And it's a holy headdress. And it's a national headdress. And they know that. So that's all I challenge people, man, to wear your fez with pride. And before you make that statement, understand about it. Get all the literature that I got, for your empress can understand about it. But she can understand about the white fez. I wrote all the literature. You ain't changing nothing. You ain't changing to nothing else. You ain't no Illuminati. You resurrecting yourself. That's it. More science is not Al-Islam. More science is understanding all the elements, the triple rows of spirituality. So I want to be clear with that. But your fez, if you unclear about the fez, because people are going to ask you about that fez when you put it on your head, Negroes going to come to you with the wrong spirit. You got to know how to be like Yahshua and back them off. I ain't here to challenge you. I'm here to shake your hand and walk away, or not even shake your hand. I'm not going to talk about it. But all the information about the fez and the history of it, if you don't know, you can get it from me. I got all the literature. We can talk about it over and over and over till we have a clear understanding. Because if you take this fez, Noble, and turn it inside out, you know it's the Liberty Bell, right? With the gong, because you have different type of fezzes. You have soft fezzes, hard fezzes. So if you take your fez and turn it inside out, it's the Liberty Bell. That's the gong in the middle. Now, the analogy and the symbology of the crack of the Liberty Bell is your freedom and your nationality being took from you. That's Leviticus 25:10. And so the fez is synonymous. The fez is the bell turned inside out. Every professor, every sociologist, history teacher know this. I demonstrated this shit. And then I can show you in a lot of countries, their national stature is the fez with a halo over it. Turned inside out. It's the damn Liberty Bell. The tassel with the Monday ball in it is the gong and all that.
I do have the esoteric book on the fez that you wrote together.
Yeah. So even the Daughters of American Revolution, over the white fez with the gold tassel. I know a lot of Eastern stars and they wear the fez secretly, but you are the star of the East. And the European people not telling you, and the Negroes, this white tassel, this gold mundane ball represents your empress. She is the star from the East. This mundane ball all represent her. She don't have to take no ritual or be under the DAR and be under the marriage law. None of that. We resurrect ourselves. And I'm able to confer degrees. So with that being said, man, we are resurrecting ourselves. The sons and the daughters, we are taking our national headdress back. We're taking our religious and our spiritual attire back. Noble, even in the biblical scriptures, when you see the followers of Yahshua, when you see that tunic I have on, the long one, that's not no Muslim dress. The sash, that's not Muslim dress. The bonnet on my head, get the Hebrew lexicon. That's what the followers of Yahshua wore. With the bonnets on their head, all that's our attire. We are the followers of Yahshua. Yes, we're Moors, but all that is Hebraic attire. Even the gold earrings we wear in our head, even the beards that we have, even the cotton or silk. They say you wear cotton or silk tunic, long or short. Even a turban on your head with the jewel on it. The bonnet is the kufi. The bonnet, aka, is the kufi. When you get your Hebrew lexicon, the girdle is the sash that you wear around your waist.
Which they give you for graduations and pageants and everything else right now.
Come on. I just noted like the graduation cap, the hex alpha. When illiterate more to say you can't put the circle and the square together. Yes, you can. They both 360 degrees of parameter. The fez and the graduation cap is synonymous to education. The tassel just symbolizes the degrees of wisdom, 12, 18, and 24. But the fez and the graduation hat is 360 degrees of wisdom. Even the so-called swastika, I could put all them together and make them turn simultaneously. They are 360 degrees of wisdom. That's how you use your compass and your square. Big facts. 9 to the 9 to the 9th power of 9. Supreme Hika. That's supreme mathematics. It ain't just count from 1 to 9 to zigzag zig. How you gonna use it? Don't know how. I know. So that's where we at, Noble. I love you, man, and I'm so thankful for you being here. And tell your wife, man, your empress, your queen, we give her gratitude for trusting you, because and we in it for the long haul, man. And I give you love, and just be light, Noble. Just be light. The right people gonna come to you. Just be light. That's all. That's all my answer is. And take care of yourself, and everything else gonna fall in place.
Appreciate that, Noble. It's like she's with child right now, so it's a lot. It's a lot going on. In the household, just trying to get everything in order. But this was something that, I needed to make the move on.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you are too. And a lot of our wives now, like I tell us about men, we go through so much through our week, all the stuff we go through at work and even with cops and things. This is like decompressing. This is like if we go on the battlefield, we need this. And our empresses got to understand the importance of brotherhood. This is important. This is very important for men to be able to come together and build on each other. This is very important. So I give us gratitude and our empresses for understanding to take time out of our days for this. We ain't got to watch TV all day. I like Power. I like Kane and all that stuff, but I'm not finna take 2 and 3 hours out of my day and week and don't do this with my brothers and work out. I'm not finna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. So I love y'all, man. Let's do our Moorish American prayer and we get out of here.
If I say you do, you will.
Be quiet. Noble Dantes, I'm gonna send you, Lamar can send you the volumes of IDMR, and whenever you get a chance, it's only a $40 donation. Whenever you get a chance, you do it. It ain't no rush, but we'll get those 4 volumes to you, Noble, so you can have them for your study.
There's a lot of gratitude for that shit.
Yes, sir. Solomon?
Hey, well, I'm about to cook 75 pounds of crawfish, so I'm not sending nothing today. I hope.
I know, no, man. We'll get it to you. Damn, Lamar, man. Damn. I'll be to see y'all soon, man.
Midnight tonight, so.
I already know, man.
I'm crying. I'm in tears.
My Empress over here sick. We coming though soon.
I'm in tears.
My spirit with you, man. I know it's finna go down. I know it's getting ready to go down.
Yeah, this gonna be a big one. Cause we ain't done one in about 3-4 years, so this is gonna be a big one. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Man, send me pictures, man, with just some juice. Man, would you please? Would you send me?
Good packaging.
No, they send me a picture. Oh my, I'm checking about some juice or some of that seasoning.
Yeah, we'll go live. We'll figure it out. And then y'all can pop in and I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Look at the goodness.
Yes.
Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Allah is my protector, my salvation, my guide, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Abu Drew Ali. Shalom Aleichem, Ayah Asher Ayah. Peace, 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 and love.
Peace and love. And Noble Dantes, our meet and greet is coming up in January. If you planning on coming, if you do, let us know. You know what I mean? For we can let you know about everything in any way that I need to help you, to assist you. If you're anybody, please let me know, because I have no problem doing that. I want all our nobles to come. It's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's in January.
Yep, it's 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Planning on it. Definitely want to be there.
Yep. So whatever it is, let me know, and let me know any way I can help you to make that happen. I'm here to do that, because I want to see everybody and their wives if they can. If your wives can't come, I would love to see you. But if you and your wives come, please, I want you to come. And any way I can help assist to make sure you come, please let us know.
Just long.
Gratitude, man. I love y'all, man. And I'll see everybody in the morning for more power workout.
All right, man. I'll be there.
Peace, man. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace. And so gratitude to everybody that joined us live on YouTube and Instagram. Like the donation I was giving people today for some of my ancient volume of books that I break down. I broke down Spiritual Alcoholism. These books you can't get. This is 2 volumes. This is volume 1 and 2. This is volume 3 and 4. And these are ancient manuscripts. And if you gave a $40 donation today to Cash App $KG Bay, you get this literature. Tomorrow, if you give a donation, it don't matter. It'll be a whole different platform and donation giving. But today you can get these 4 volumes, and just having the literature is no good if you don't understand them and have a map and a guide to get you there. So, and you don't have to go to Amazon and give all your money to other platforms. You can get these books PDF and download them on your tablet. And if you come into the lectures and come into class, you're going to get literature. And if you become a member and a student, then the floodgates open to you. I love y'all, man. Peace, light, and illumination.